All right, thank you everybody for being here today. We've got a great celebration as we launch two great broadband projects in Lewis County. We want to thank some folks that have taken the time to be with us this afternoon. We have Olivia Patterson, the Community Affairs Representative from Senator Walczyk's office with us. She's going to spend the whole day with us on the bus. Crystal Loeffler, President of New York State Homes and Community Renewal, is with us, as well as Haley Hamias, who is with the Office of Homes and Community Renewal as well, who, they're a big partner in funding this project. We've got legislators here as well, county legislators that have provided great leadership from the beginning. We started planning broadband projects over a year ago, 2 years ago really at this point, and we're really starting to see some of the fruits of that come forward. So we've got Josh Leviker with us here today, Jeff Nellenbeck, legislator Ian Gilbert, and Chairman Larry Dahlhoff is here as well. We also have Rosalie White, the town supervisor for the town of Leyden. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. Our partners at DANC, the Development Authority, are here, as well as the members of our ad hoc broadband committee, folks that have been really working more intensely on this issue in partnership with the county. Adam Zare is here from that committee as well. And then Katie Malinowski from the Tug Hill Commission is taking the time to join us. So we appreciate all of our partners. And I think that's what today is about, partnerships. This couldn't have happened with just the county government alone. It couldn't have happened with just the state government. And it couldn't have happened with just private enterprise. When we come together to form a public-private partnership, that's how we can get things done for the community. So at this time, I'd like to introduce the chairman of the Board of Legislators, whose leadership has really brought all this together, Larry Dahlhoff.
Thank you, Ryan. Good morning, all, and thank you for attending our broadband kickoff informational session. The county, through the department representatives here today, as well as others, have worked hard over the past 2 years to develop plans and projects and to obtain funding resources to expand broadband in numerous areas of the county that have lacked such services, which are so critical to economic development, education, and communication. The county has partnered with many entities and invested significant resources in order to expand broadband. We hope the residents and businesses in the county will take advantage of these expansions and services. The county remains committed to broadband expansion for underserved communities in Lewis County. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. One of the important pieces of broadband coverage in northern New York and really in a modern society is our students, right? Folks that are learning the new tools that are coming out of school every day, require internet access. Students cannot learn in a 21st century environment without internet access. This project, between this project in Leyden and up in Harrisville, is going to cover 600 households that were not previously covered before. And that means students across those areas are going to have access to opportunities and be able to do their homework after school like they should be able to do in the 21st century. So we're happy to have Doug Primo, the superintendent of South Lewis Central School District, with us to talk about how important it is for school children to have access to internet.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Ryan, thank you for the introduction. As Ryan shared, my name is Douglas Primo, and I'm fortunate to have the honor to be superintendent of the South Lewis Central School District. This January begins my 19th year as a school administrator in South Lewis and the 15th year as a superintendent in South Lewis. Beyond this role, I am also a district resident and a Port Leyden community member, as my home is just a short mile down the road from where we stand today. First, I would like to thank Cassandra Buell, Director of Lewis County Planning, for both the invite today and her team's tireless efforts to make Lewis County a great place to live and to work, of which this is just one of the many examples and another project to help do so. I also wanted to thank Lewis County Manager Ryan Pache and the Lewis County Board of Legislature Chairman Larry Dahlhoff. I've had the opportunity to work with these two individuals on many projects over the years and have great respect for each of them, along with the entire Lewis County Board of Legislators. Lastly, it is important to recognize the role of Dave Wolf from the DANC and Jason Guzzo from Hudson Valley Wireless, which is New York State's largest privately owned wireless internet service provider, for expanding the broadband opportunity in our area. Lewis County is rural and underserved in broadband internet services. In a day and age when the world revolves around global connections to others, it is critical that equal access and opportunity be available for all. Whether it is holiday online shopping, connecting with friends and family both near and far, working from home on one's livelihood, or running a business in the area, access to broadband internet services should not be the element that holds one back from success. Also, personally, I can't stress enough the importance of being able to keep up with one's favorite streaming television show. I know my family at home doesn't take it too well if we cannot access the latest episode of Yellowstone, 1883 or 1923 to keep up with the Dutton family. On a more serious note, as an educator and as a parent, I can't help but think of the last few years and all the challenges that we have faced. Specifically, I recall Friday, March 13, 2020, when our school doors closed for students to in-person instruction due to COVID. They didn't reopen until later that September to a hybrid teaching and learning model where students and teachers both experienced in-person, face-to-face, and online education for the entire 2021-22 school year. This experience put a glaring spotlight on those communities and families that had access to high-quality broadband and those that did not. Without this access to broadband internet, the learning and cultural gap only widens. In today's educational world, it's not just in-class learning, but it actually takes place a great deal at home where internet access is critical for student success. It is for this reason, along with many others, that this is an important day in Lewis County where the new option and a provider of broadband internet service has become available. Together, Lewis County, the DANC, and Hudson Valley Wireless, a partnership made possible by a New York State Offices of Homes and Community Renewal grant, have worked to make our community a better place to live, to work, and to learn. It is also my understanding that some of these grant funds through April can be utilized to help offset costs of installation and equipment for qualifying households. Therefore, it is important that our community and our residents learn of this grant and of this new opportunity. Mr. Pachet, perhaps we can give them your cell phone number for those that have specific questions. Okay. Again, this is a great day for Lewis County, and the opportunity to be involved and a part of this ribbon cutting ceremony is an honor. Thank you very much.
So, as I mentioned before, this is a great example of a public-private partnership, government and the private sector coming together to solve a community need. We are deeply rural in Lewis County. Without subsidy, private companies are not going to make the investment to serve our community. But we're so blessed to have excellent private partners in Hudson Valley Wireless who have been with us every step of the way, problem solving every single thing that has come up over the last 18 months or so. And we're not done yet. We've got one more project with Hudson Valley Wireless scheduled, and perhaps even more work that we can do with them in the future. So I'm pleased to welcome Jason Guzzo, who represents Hudson Valley Wireless, and he can explain a little bit more about the project and hopefully drive people towards signing up. That's the key point of today. We need to make sure people that understand that the service is available and make sure that they sign up for it. So, Jason?
Thank you, Ryan.
Well, thank you. My name is Jason Guzzo. I'm CEO and General Manager of Hudson Valley Wireless. I want to start by thanking everybody that's helped out with the project. So the list is so long, so my apologies if I've missed anybody, but the funding agencies, New York State HCR, Lewis County, we've got Ryan, Cheryl, Matt, and last but not least, Cassandra. You've been truly a blessing on this project. All of our partners with Development Authority of the North Country, you guys have been fantastic. And to all the local towns, villages, and the stakeholders. This truly was a team effort to get it over the finish line, and there's been a lot of work on the project. So when we look at projects like this, we look at the needs of the community. And when we looked at the needs of Lewis County, three main things came up. It was availability, affordability, and device access. That seems to be where the constituents needed some help. So Lewis County had and HCR had provided some help with the access part of that by providing some necessary funding and some vertical assets such as public safety towers for us to attach some of our antennas onto. We're also working with some federal resources under the Affordable Connectivity Program for affordability, and our partners over at Microsoft with the Airband is providing some support with device access as well. So when we combine all those things together, some of the qualifying households are going to be able to receive free installation, and if they income qualify, we're able to provide some free internet service as well. Through our partnerships with Microsoft, we're able to administer affordable devices, and we're able to offer refurbished laptops for as low as $11 one-time cost. So when we couple all the different services from the state, federal, and local partners together, we're truly able to come up with a great program to benefit the constituents. So when we get over to the ribbon cutting, I'll explain a little bit how fixed wireless works and how we're able to connect the constituents, but I just wanted to first start by thanking all of our partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. This project simply would not be possible without our partners at the Development Authority of the North Country. I think the people of Lewis County and the Tri-County region need to understand what an asset the authority is to our community. I work with other counties across the state that don't have a regional authority like the Development Authority that we have. The level of technical expertise that they've brought to this process from day one, even before we received the funding from the State Office of Home and Community Renewal, right at the beginning of the planning phase, the Development Authority has been an incredible partner, and really the citizens of Lewis County and the North Country are the ones that benefit from having this authority right in our own backyard. So I want to especially thank Mark Bort, who's with us today, and I want to introduce Dave Wolf. Him and his team have really been invaluable from day one. So from the Development Authority, Dave Wolf, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan, for that nice introduction. And I'm really pleased to be here on behalf of the Development Authority of the North Country to talk a little bit about this partnership. And I did want to thank Mark and Lori Marr, who are also here from DANK, to support this project. But about 2 years ago, we did start. We reached out to the county. We were talking about how we could help with broadband, and we reached out to do that survey and inventory analysis, and they immediately jumped on board and have been great partners since. After we got the results back, we brought all our findings together, worked with Cassandra and her team and Lauren to figure out what's the best way to move forward, presented it to the board of legislators who immediately gave their approval, signed, and included funding and an ad hoc committee. So it's been a great partnership from the beginning. I think that it's great to work with a county that really is enthusiastic about delivering broadband, and we continue to work every day. And I think this is one of the many successes that Lewis County has been able to advance in broadband. And I think you'll see the numbers on the map, but about 70% of the lines that were unserved when we started this project will be served when these projects are all done and complete, and hopefully eventually 100%, right? but just from what's already in place. So a lot of great progress. I'm really happy to be here, and it's been a great partnership with the Development Authority in Lewis County to help bring reliable and affordable internet to the county residents. Thank you.
Okay, so some basic details, and then we'll get to really, what we're all here for, which is to celebrate the launch of this service. Lewis County, when we started this project 2 years ago, as Dave mentioned, there's 4,200 homes or businesses in Lewis County that were uncovered. By the time we complete these two projects, which are complete, as well as 3 projects that we have coming down the pike over the next year and a half, we will be down to only 1,200 households in Lewis County that are unserved. That is an incredible amount of progress in a couple of years, and it's really something that needs to be celebrated. We've got partnership with Spectrum, which will hit an additional 366 households, as well as a partnership with the New York Power Authority, which will hit another 130 households as well. So much more to come here when it comes to broadband, and we look forward to more partnership with the state of New York and the Development Authority, Hudson Valley Wireless, and whoever else we can bring on board to help us serve here in Lewis County. So without further ado, I would invite everybody who's participated in this project from a funding aspect, from a program management aspect, to join us. Jason's going to explain a little bit about how all this equipment here works, and then we're going to cut the ceremonial ribbon and officially launch the broadband service for the folks in the town of Leyden. So I'd invite everybody to come up, and we'll get right to it. You two, come on. If you want. You're cutting over this.
All right, so I'll give a quick presentation on how this works. So essentially what we do is we take a fiber optic connection from DANC, the Development Authority of North Country, and we bring that into some of the public safety towers which are provided by Lewis County. Those towers allow us to install some of the radio communications equipment, which is fixed wireless, which then beams down to one of these antennas right here, which is attached to one of the subscribers' homes. We dress a cable from here down to one of the routers, which goes inside of the consumer's home. And this allows all the different connected devices to access the internet, such as their iPads, tablets, TVs, etc. So that's essentially how fixed wireless works. We pick up fiber optic cables, and we do a hybrid deployment using fixed wireless technology to beam service down to the constituents. And without further ado, we'll have you guys cut the ribbon.
Nice pair of scissors. So here we go. Oops, they look better than they are.
There we go. So that concludes our program. Anyone here could be available for press, if you guys are looking for more questions, and then we really do need to get moving up to Diana to celebrate the launch of their project as well. Thank you.